Right. Yeah. Hi, guys. It's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? These last 24 hours, I've had really sort of powerful desire or inspiration to do the energy update for this month. Yes, divine sight. To do the energies as we're heading toward this new moon full solar eclipse on July 2nd. So yesterday, hi Fifth, hi April. Yesterday, I could feel the energies, like I could really feel the sudden shift into this new portal that we're entering into. And then when I was meditating on like the message for this time that we're in, it's one element is this feeling or idea of coming home. But the other is kind of connected to this theme of the event or event horizon. And I love you. And and so the message share for this is like new horizons are appearing. Or the feeling like if you're ever doing a long road trip or just yeah, anytime you've got like a long stint ahead and you come over like a hill or a bend or whatever and suddenly there's this new horizon. So so it feels as though coming or new horizons are coming. Hi Jessica T, how are you? And in fairness, like it's very in the here now. Hi Kurt. As far as like coming, like new horizons coming into view, and as I say that, I'm having this very biofeedback sense of course, like this is the new horizon. So for someone like me having this internal community, having this global, new paradigm vibrashe of people who feel the resonance, like this is the new horizon. And yes, it's not like it's just today suddenly. Well, it's been happening, but we all know that sometimes it takes a different patterns and cycles and reviews and people coming back and forth and us going into doubt and not to then actually like integrate, embody, and own the new world, like own the world that we feel as though we've been endeavoring to consciously create for the last cycle of life or every cycle of life, right? Purple rain event horizon. I literally found a purple rainstorm a couple of hours ago. The skies and in the or rather, I want to say colors in the skies are um, more obvious to me with you and with some of the Luna updates as well. And I'm sometimes see it that kind of pink mist. Although I don't, my mindscape doesn't naturally go into that layer of information. Awesome. Kurt Mill, I'm totally ready to create a world based upon resource-based economy. Me too, mate. With humanism, rationalism based in compassion, right? Science and compassion being the crux of his field. I didn't even read that bit, and that's what I was feeling into. Was that, of course, like logic and rationalism based in some heart love vibration. I mean, it's just not based in separation and fear and like control and manipulation. Just like, please, please stop. Why are we doing this to each other? Oh, this is part of the resonation vibration here, though, is that these last cycles for me have been that in that sense as well, Kurt, where it's like, and I feel this with some of you all as well, like the resonant is that we've hit these points where we're like, mm-mm, like we know there's no turning back. We know that guys, we're not talking about any sort of sense how to fit in, right? We're programmed to ain't what we're here for. So here we are. Yeah, we're going through it literally telepathically through action and empathy. We continue to feel and we continue to take action. And whenever, yeah, and that's that is something else about living the intuitive's life and why I think it's important to keep sharing because I am constantly, I guess you could say, transforming certain triggers based on old paradigm, and yet continuously being like, "What is this?" Like, when shit happens, I notice myself not getting triggered to the same extent at all. Or yes, but with more awareness, and so I'm observing the trigger point and then, burning through it. But sometimes, and yet within my awareness, I can see these different almost signposts that myself as universe drops in to remind me, like, this is part of a cycle. This is part of, like, big turning for me one around the time when I was 19, 20, and I moved to Vancouver. Again, around leaving Liverpool, they were all around these big transformations, around these different dissolving transformational cycles. Especially because, what you guys will get this, is that I'm like, I'm very much almost always like in the voidal awareness. Like, I guess that's why I practice so much yoga, because I need to be in my body to be present here. Otherwise, I'm in this sort of energy space of non-attachment, essentially. And so sometimes there's these things that happen in the 3D reality that are like, wake up, or like, get with the program, stay present, stay focused, kind of thing. And I'm like, look at that. Okay, okay, okay. So, and each time I had these things happen to me. So one time when I was going through change, again, right around these, I literally just finished 10 days Vipassana. It was obviously like, yeah, I am buffering. It's my connection. Um, I finished 10 days Vipassana, and I drove to a friend's house just feeling like high on life. And then within um, I know it's probably my connection, you guys. Although, actually, in fairness, it shouldn't be my connection. Maybe it'll be better. Anyway, whatevs. I'll just go live again because that's all I do. um, so 10-day Vipassana, and then I go to see a friend feeling like a spiritual master of life, obvi. And then I got not a speeding ticket. I recently got one. I got a parking ticket. And I was like, fuck these fucking 3D rules that I'm still supposed to abide by. And then very recently, like, in this crunch, this is why I know there's like huge shifts happening, is because I got a whole bunch. Wait, let me just line it up. So I purchased myself a new car. I wanted, because I'm really trying to be practical with budgets and things like that. I asked a friend to drive the car, but in fairness, like, it was a fair price. He was like, "Well, like, it's gonna be a day's work and blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Yeah, that's true." So I was like, "Right, okay, I'm just gonna go." And I had this, like, nervous energy the whole time, but I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the car sorted." Right when I get back to my neck of the woods, the fucking engine light starts flashing, and I'm like, serene, calm. And then I get the car back, and I get it back to my local town, and the local mechanic is like, "I don't wanna touch that car." And I'm like, to check the car, and the back tire and the side tire, actually, both left tires are flat. "Oh, Jessica, you're" So there's the drama of getting the car back to rural Devon where I live, but the other angle of this gorgeous ticket she collected, in the end, trying to be practical like normal human beings in the 3D reality, shot me in the foot, because my speeding ticket is gonna cost me twice franc bloody car down to Bristol. And if I was just a bit more calm, I probably could have discerned that the anxiety I was feeling was saying, "Chill out, MJ. You don't need to get the car. Your friend can drive it down for you, and all will be well." But at the same time, I'm aware of these random little side detours that the Holy Spirit likes. That is me. Seems like life more, right? This, because I get to tell stories. And life would not be as fucking cool if I was like, guys, I never she'll a spiritual fucking master. Ugh, the buffering is annoying, isn't it? Meh. Meh. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Oh, Kurt. Well done, my friend. I'm loving that. I don't know if you've noticed as well, Kurt. I'm doing tarot and also just not accepting the bullshit. Randomly, I feel the tarot was like the missing piece for me to have less people pleasing tendencies. But I'm with you, my friend. I feel like a motivational speaker lately. LOL. Yes, 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 yes. This is what I want. This is more and more. This is the encouragement that I share and love. You're missing the story. God damn it. God damn it. Buffering bullshit. Thing is, I kind of know why. I do know why it's buffering, and I once again, even technology is telling me stop trying to do so goddamn much. And I'm like, but I'm not doing anything. I'm so mega chilled, comparatively speaking. And they're like, but that is not a real thing. Stop comparing yourself. I'm literally just totally spewing gobbledygook, you guys. Like, there's nothing legit wisdom nugget coming out of my mouth right now. Just spewing authentic compassion. Yes, authentic compassion is being honoring the self. This is what weird core healing for the empath is like, is realizing that like all along the empath has been overcompensating, kind of getting this whole unity thing, knowing that serving other is legit awesome, and that like it serves and is it makes us feel good to make other people happy. But then what we sidestepped was our own well-being, and then only in really getting to the root of how to take care of the self did we start to unravel all of these did we start to unravel all of these codependent patterns, right? You guys can open your piz. Oh, we're like that. Like, think about our culture as well. Like, that's our culture that we live in. That's just screens in front of their eyes and feed them toxic swamp so that they are ill and are mind distracted by glittery things that aren't real because they just break and pollute our oceans. So, yeah. I'm also like getting cards out, but I don't know why I'm doing that because I don't even like in this here. But maybe I am. Kurt, you're like a you're like the fairy sparkle in the share today. I'm loving your energy. I feel that. Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize like that's the juice of life is just this like youthful excitement of like, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. We're actually creating new earth via the hot love inting back that this is not imagination. This is something really beyond the veil that's real. It's tangible, it's visceral. We're feeling it. We're beginning to feel it. This is part of that excitement as well. This is part of the energies that I'm increasingly feeling more and more and more is this lightness. It's this freedom break. It's this one of the throne. Like I was just sitting pretty on my cloud seat slash throne and like flying through the cosmos, but it was not cosmos, it was just earth sky. So like being supported by the vibration of love and just letting it carry us into our horizon, into our new horizons, right? To embrace lately, just accepting the more nonlinear part of me. Yeah. Mhm. The thing is part of what we've done here miraculously is we've kind of shattered the illusion of linearity in order to embrace more of the totality of our beingness so that we can navigate the fiction of linearity with greater abundance, greater ease, or greater expanse for all. The idea of linearity as a limitation and as a constructed, like, the of it. See, the deception of the construct is that, oh, I walk in a straight line and then I die and that is life. And then there's these certain milestones like marriage, children, and have these very strict the paradigm quantum leap evolutionary cycle that is always the case, and many of us endeavor to experience it in these bodies where the whole of humanity just rises out of Truman Show construct of like "Brr, brr, 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 brr," and we rise into this like more fluid, expansive. Yes, it would appear that there's a linearity construct, and yet we don't have to be bound. We don't. It's like money. It's like any fucking construct, right? We don't have to be bound to the construct as a limitation. We use constructs to fucking build stuff, right? This idea of the constructed reality, well, that's just the way it is. No, 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 no. That's like the biggest lie. The biggest lie that we're telling ourselves, oh, that's just the way it is. No, no, that is not at all the way it is. That is just a constructed reality that we birthed from our imagination, and a fairly like veiled one. Ah, nice, Jessica. That's a really lovely, nice, lovely thing to say. Trying to love the little things, even if they're hard to love. And that's sometimes the best, all that we can do, and kind of in a way, all that we're ever doing. Because that's making me think of just working with people and like working with people in resonance who have that tendency of being really hard on the self. And like the weird polarity for some of us, the hardest thing to do is just to relax. The hardest thing to do is to love ourselves in the littlest moments, in the most human disgustor moments, that we can love ourselves even when we're hard to love. And if we can't, who will? Like, and it's not to say that, because I know that some of us really resonate with the fact that we actually generally feel love for all of humanity. Like, even, when we'd watch movies, like even having compassion for villains in movies, like we were, always wanting to reach out and be there for the kids who got teased and bullied. And so there's always, the empath has a great amount of compassion for the wholeness of a story, recognizing that there's always an energetic momentum being built before actions are acted out, right? Where the three reality is constantly just fucking reacting against and then slamming down our reactivity, which is part of this convoluted stew of disentanglement, which we're having to support one another through. Because again, it's not obvious how much inaction and defeatism. I know, Kurt. I'm with you there, my friend. Defeatism, you say, and that would often be the thing that popped me off into the next cycle, was that I couldn't just abide by, well, that's just the way it is. Well, it's too big or it's too blah blah blah, and I'm blah, 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 and I'm like, what is the fucking point of being alive if we're not going to change something that is horribly, horribly sick and destructive, right? Why on earth would we put ourselves here if we were all just going to fuck it all up? Why? Surely not. Awesome. The 3D Earth reality construct is crashing down to the ground in May 2020. Say, don't buy into any of the apocalypse. We're creating this new story, this new timeline, this energy, because that's all we're ever doing it, but doing it from a place of like the, the taking action bit is often where we what's what's that expression? This is like a love expression, but what's that thing that people say about our call is actually colors, as in the the new paradigm leaders are now beginning to rise. Highly sensitive empaths, people who understand what I'm talking about. Well, it always and I would say to your heart love vibration, allow inspired action doesn't look like enslavement though. Inspired action doesn't look like obligation and duty though. We're not here to serve a false economy. We're not here to serve disempowered enslaved and programming that we're having to bust through energetically speaking in order to keep peeling back the veils and see the new world. See the new world. This is like you guys showing up. I can see the new world, having clarity, having other people all in different parts of the but we're much more evolved and expanded than that which we think. We're always energetic head than that where the mind is. The mind is always a little bit behind. The thoughts becomes things is a little bit of a trip because people aren't embodied enough to actually own the totality. They're just micromanaging and manifesting superfluous things. Ultimately, they're not manifesting from the heart space. They're manifesting from a either way, you guys, I'm so thankful that you showed up here. It's always, always a pleasure to have these chats with you. And I'm new to playing with it still, but I'm still creating um, quantum superhuman powers, which the majority still aren't mentally bridging into, and yet once humans begin try to awaken people, try to